When it comes to infighting, you not only have your free hand or the pommel to strike with, you also have one of your legs. Of course, you need one leg to stand on, but that gives the other one to either kick with your knee or with your foot. Let's take a look at how this occurs. So Brian and I start in high guard. We make our strikes, and we run into a heavy bind here. Now, if I'm close enough, I'll be able to knee him. But from this range right now, I'm going to use the front kick. I'm going to kick with the ball of my foot into his stomach. And you saw that that pushed him back. It broke his alignment and structure so that now hopefully I could land a good shot. Now, if Brian and I come into a heavy bind and I'm very close, I could knee strike. Or I could even strike with my front knee. So you have both, whichever one feels like you could shift your weight onto it the easiest. Right now, my front leg feels like I could shift the weight from my back onto my front as I drive in and try to strike with my knee and then cut on the way back out. Again, we come into a bind, maybe from this side. And now again, there's the front kick, there's the cut. We come into the heavy bind. And there's one more, but this one we don't like to use in sparring very much. It's dangerous. It's called the stamping kick, and it attacks the knee, not the body. I press down on Brian's knee here, and you can see that it totally collapses his structure and takes him right out of the fight. But if you do that in an uncontrolled sparring situation, you could easily hurt your friend. So let's not do it then. Let's only do it now in controlled isolation. We run into the heavy bind. I lift my leg up high, I press it right down upon his knee, straightening that leg, and if I kept it going, you could see what would happen, pressing his leg back to the ground. That was with the left leg. We can come into the bind. I could stamp with the right leg just as easy. Notice I'm still checking his sword, making my cut, moving back to a safe measure. All right, last time we come in, the knee. We come in, the front kick, or we come in, stamping kick, taking out the opponent's lead knee. Now let's take a look at how you can sweep the feet out from under your opponent. Now there are two different ways to do the sweep. You could do it with the arch of the foot, using the bottom of your foot, or you can use the top of the foot, the instep. We'll take a look at both of those. So we run into a heavy bind. I've pressed Brian's sword off to my right, and now I can grab his hand or his arm with my left hand. And I start applying some pressure towards his rear like he wants to sit down. But of course, he has some feet under him. So instead, I'm going to swing my foot behind. And right now, I'm grabbing like this. You can see what my foot is doing. My toes are coming behind him. And I'm sweeping that heel up towards me and pushing down with this lead hand at the same time to sit him right down. I'm just taking that lead leg out and he's falling straight down. It's a rather gentle fall. Doesn't have to be a big fall. Not trying to lift his leg real high. I just need to run in, press, grab, hook, and pull. And down he goes. And notice right now I'm still checking him, checking his blade. He can still fight even though he's down. He has not taken any sort of a blow that's going to take him out of the fight. He could still be swinging, so be careful. Now, I could also strike as though I'm kicking a ball, kicking a soccer ball with the top of the foot. So as I come into the same bind here and drive him over the side, grab that arm, lift this leg up high, and now I'm kicking that foot, wham, trying to knock it out from under him. Now, I didn't kick him very hard there because we've got to be very careful with your partner. You don't want to hurt their ankle or their knee. I didn't feel like I quite had him uprooted, so I didn't hit him very hard. We come in now, whoom, whoom, whoom. Got him uprooted. There it was. Felt the balance. Take him right to the ground. But be careful with these techniques. Now, there's a third technique called the foot pin. And in the foot pin, all I need to do as we come into the bind is step on Brian's front foot. And now I press straight into Brian's center, driving him back. And because he can't step, he falls right to the ground. Now, I got off of Brian's foot as he was falling, because if I'm still stepping on the instep of his foot as he falls, that could twist his knee. So please be very careful with that. I drive into the heavy bind, step on his foot, give him a push, and down he goes. So you have the arch sweep, the instep sweep, and the foot pin.
Your homework for lesson 8.6 is to practice using your legs to kick, sweep, and pin your opponent. As you train, remember, it's important that you use good control. Take your partner down gently and don't actually kick to the knee.